Richland's Sweet Potato Festival and Parade happens Saturday, April 25th. With marching bands, drumlines, live entertainment, Miss Taylor Vereen leading us in the national anthem, and then the phenomenal Kalante Gavin live on stage along with Michael Combs, D. Morton and Gifted, plus Roy and Revelation and more. All while you enjoy the free Kids Zone, arts and crafts, health fair, delicious treats, the famous sweet potato ice cream and pie eating contest. It's all Saturday, April 25th, 11 till 6 at Hopkins Park, Lower Richland Boulevard, Hopkins. Admission is free, but no tents. Personal golf carts, dirt bikes, ATVs, or four-wheelers allowed. Justin Rufus is the host for this incredible day. All funded by the Richland County Hospitality Tax Grant. Sponsored by the Richland County Recreation Commission and co-sponsored by Westinghouse and Tri-County Electric Cooperative. Get details at Lower Richland.
K Good Productions LLC present Kim and Son Sweet 16th Anniversary and Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st in Jacksonville, Florida, featuring the Williams Brothers,
Sweep around your home,
the Canton Spirituals,
I come from a poor family.
Tim Rogers and the Fellas,
I love to play.
Roy and Revelation, and the Supreme Seven. Hosted by Mary Bush and Freddie Rose. VIP doors open at 3:45, regular at 4:15, and the concert starts at 5 p.m. Advance tickets are only $40. It'll be $50 at the door, and VIP is $60. Get your tickets in Jacksonville from DJ Records and Paxton Christian Bookstore or Cash App KG Events 10. It's Kim and Son Sweet 16th Anniversary and Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st at the Abyssinia Missionary Baptist Church, 10325 Interstate Drive, Jacksonville, Florida. Vendors call 904-813-0085.
Hello there, my loves. I had to unmute myself. How you doing? Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. It's been a beautiful day. Although I haven't been outside, it's still been a beautiful day, and every day is a beautiful day because it's a day that the Lord has made. And we want to say thank you to each and every one who is online already. Those of you who will tune in online, those of you who will go back and watch the replay, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you so much. And we got a good show tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be serious, but it's going to be fun anyway. I don't know how the age limit of some of the people that's on this live tonight, but I'm quite sure a lot of you has heard the song by Wilson Pickett. Don't let the green grass fool you. And how many of us from time to time have looked on the other side, let the green grass fool us, and wish we were back on the other side? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. If we could just go back to the other side, if we could just go back where we was, if we didn't make that decision based on what we thought, and we could just go back and redo it all over again, oh, what a pleasure it would be. I know I look back a lot of times and I said, God, I wish I had not done that. I wish there was a decision that I had not made. But I always say this: once a decision is made, it's made. You cannot put spilled milk back in a bottle. So you got to move where you're at, and you got to keep going higher. Sometimes you're going to have to suffer the consequences of the decisions that you made. But guess what? You can make it. Oh, my God. Guess what? You can make it. It don't make no difference who go with you. It don't make no difference who walk with you. It don't make no difference the opinion of somebody have for you. It don't make no difference if the person don't want to deal with you no more. If you got God and you're focused on him, you can make it. You can make it. I'm telling you that. Let's speak to some people before we get into it. We had a good show last night. Kathy, hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. My cousin Joyce, as always, thank you so very much for joining us. Minister Nakia Nesbitt, thank you for joining us. Would have loved to have you on today. The business lady I know, I'll tell you. Evangelist Hazel, miss you last night, my dear. Miss you. We had a good conversation last night. When you know, a lot of times we talked about when you're in the ditch, when you're in the ditch of life, and it seems like you're in the ditch by yourself. I stopped by last night to let them know you might be in the ditch, but God is right there in the ditch with you. Because you can't go nowhere in life that God is not there. Wherever you go, whatever situation you find yourself in, I said, I'm not going to stop witnessing. I'm not going to stop telling the goodness of God because of situations and circumstances that may be going on in my life. It may be going on in my life, but God is still God. And I love him just as much as I did initially, or even more. Because a lot of times we say we love God, but when things break out and go chaotic in our life, you know, we back up, we don't go to church, we don't want to praise him. But if it's one thing in my life I'm sure of, and that is God. If it's one thing in my life that I'm sure of, and that's God. Sandra Skinner, how you doing? Let's see where she at. Thank you for joining us. Yes, ma'am. We miss your words of encouragement. Hey, Shirley Ashford, how you doing? Miss Virginia, how you doing? Carol Foster told me to tell you how I talked to her today. But today we're going to talk about that song, that old song by Wilson Pickett. But we're going to turn it around to everyday life. Don't let the green grass fool you. Ooh, Jesus, have mercy. Don't let the green grass fool you. Now, what you may say, well, what you talking about, Loretta? Okay, everything that looks blessed is not always blessed. That's one thing I got of it. And you're welcome to put your comments in there. Everything that shines is not gold. Everything that appears to be peaceful is not peaceful. Ooh, Jesus. Some grass is green because it is watered well, and some grass is green only to cover what is underneath the damaged grass. Golly, that blessed me, because you see the pretty green grass, and it's just fake grass. It's fake grass. The real grass is underneath them. Oh, we're going to have a good time now. Ask God to give you discernment so you won't envy what only looks good from a distance. From a distance. We see people and we have hissy fits because we see people with a new car. We got to get that car. We got to get that car. We see people with the designer bags. We got to get those designer bags. Baby, you don't know what you're asking for, because you don't know, some people go and get them designer bags and be paying on them designer bags with their credit cards for 2 and 3 years. If I got to get it like that, I don't want it. If I can't just buy it straight out, I don't want it. And see, you think they got it going on when they paying for a purse for 2 or 3 years. Come on, somebody. Ooh, come on, somebody. But we look at people and what they have, what we think they have, and them people suffering worse than we are. They suffering worse than we are. And I was, as I was studying this today, I want y'all to check this out. Some of us may not have the materialistic things that we would like to have in life. Now work with me now. Some of us may not live in the house we want to live in. Some of us may not drive the car that we want to drive. Some of us might not have the job what we want. We may not have the Benjamins in the bank what we want. But most of us who are like that got something in the inside that those people that got all those things that I named don't have. A lot of them don't have integrity. A lot of them don't care who they hurt. They don't care who they walk on. They don't care how they treat you because they think because they got money, because they think money is all powerful and they're on God, so they can treat people anyway. But you want to find an humble person. Now, don't get me wrong. Please don't twist this. There are some very nice people that God has blessed. But if I had to do a percentage, 75% of them 100 is rude. And they want you to do what I say do. If you don't do what they say do, then they don't have no use for you. Now I'm telling you what I know. And if you own here and you want to challenge me on that, you can challenge me on that. If you don't rock the way that they want you to rock, they call themselves punishing you. So they won't help you. They'll say things to you. If you'd come and work for me, you would have had money. If you'd have did this, if you'd have did that, you would have had money. That's neither here nor there. What God, the vision God gave you, he didn't give it to me. And see what we got to learn. And I thank God for the way that he has taken me, because he has given me a faith that I would not have had if I hadn't had to go through some things. I wouldn't have the faith. I wouldn't be able to stand here or sit here and tell you that God can and God will. But that's because of the bumps, the bruises, the scandals, the misunderstandings, the being talked about, and feeling like you don't have nobody but yourself. That's when your relationships begin to grow with God. I'm telling you. Evangelist said, that's right. That's right. Me too. I will always talk about the goodness of the Lord. She also said, that's good. Like I like that, because some people do allow the green grass to fool them. Baby, they'll have them all fooled and all messed up in the head, and you don't even know what happened. And when you find out what's happened, it's too late. But once you get to the other side of the green grass, only find out that the grass is not greener. You know what, Evangelist? I thank God that he sheltered me from some cliques that I wanted at one time to be a part of. I thank God that he sheltered me and protected me from some organizations that I wanted to be a part of. I thank God that he kept me from some of the groups that I wanted to belong in the church, because everything, just like that thing I read, everything that shines is not gold. And you'll end up in a lot of situations and a lot of circumstances, you'll end up getting hurt. You'll end up getting disappointment, getting disappointed, because you're finding out that the grass is not greener on the other side. You're finding out that person did just enough for you to get you hooked over in there so they can control you. And when they find out that you're not to be controlled, that you're not going to let nobody control you, that's when they start casting you away. That's when they start stepping back. I'm telling you what I know. See, sometimes we want to belong so much to somebody or to some particular group that we let our standards down. But what the ones that thought they had me found out is that nobody controls me but God. Nobody controls me but God. Nobody controls me but God. You may think, oh, I got a good one here. I got one that's going to do what I say. I got one that's going to be she going to be easy because she be by herself a lot and she don't deal with a lot of people. No, baby, you got the wrong one. You got money. You're not gonna dangle your money in front of me and then hee-haw me like I'm nobody. And that's what a lot of people like to do. They like you to need them. They like for you to in other words, they like for you to make them little gods. That's what they want to do. They want you to look up to them, and as you look up to them, then you feel bad about yourself in a lot of situations. And you say, oh, I wish I had did what Brother James did. Oh, I wish I had did what Sister Sue did. Let me tell you something. God blesses who he blesses, but a lot of them people is blessed fools. They don't know how to treat people. They don't know how to get along with people. They think everybody is supposed to dance around them. And that's just not the way it is. We are on the outside looking at what we think is better, looking at what we think is so much better. And we don't have a clue of that person or those persons of who we want to be like, and who we're almost deciding to leave our true friends and go hang with them because it looks good on the other side. Stay where you at. Because if you don't stay where you at, you're going to be disappointed. Maybe not every time, but you will be disappointed, because everything that shines is not gold. Everybody who said they're with you is not with you. Everybody who says that I got your back does not have your back. And the sooner you realize that, the better life you will live. I'm telling you. Because people will tell you what you want to hear. They won't tell what they need to hear, but they will tell you what they think you want to hear. And they'll have you thinking that you're the best thing in the world. They'll have you thinking that. And when you get over there and you get hung up with them, baby, you're going to find out it's a whole different story. It's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. And I just want to say to y'all, don't let people fool y'all. Don't let people fool y'all. Don't make unwise decisions leaving a good job because somebody said it was better working over there. Well, it may be better for them working over there because they may have the relationship with the boss that you don't have. And you may get over there and get treated like you don't deserve to be treated. You didn't let the job go that treated you well because you were looking on the other side thinking about a few more pennies you were going to make. And then you get over there and you get treated like crap. A lot of y'all, and I'm going to tell it like it is, a lot of y'all got negative stuff to say about churches. A lot of y'all got negative things to say about where you worship at on Sunday morning. But I don't care what church you go to. I don't care if you leave Colombia and go to Mexico. The same stuff that's going on in Colombia is going on in Mexico. If you're leaving a church because something is not going right and you're looking for a perfect church, you might well stay home, because there's no perfect church. There's no perfect place of worship. And if you're looking for that, you might well stay home, because it's not that. We think that Christians are supposed to be perfect. But we're not perfect. We're just forgiven. And if we read the Bible and we read about some of those who God used the most in the Bible, they had some raggedy lives. They had some raggedy lives, but we church hop, we go here, we go there. We trying to find that church and that perfect church. But don't you know, the minute you step in there, it's not perfect no more? It's not perfect anyway. But what I'm saying, if you're looking for that perfect church, the moment you step in there, it's not perfect no more. And we got to stop expecting churches and pastors to be perfect, because they're not. They're human beings. We are all human beings. And so why do we think somebody else should be something that we are not? We are always pointing out, and she's supposed to be a Christian, or he's supposed to be a Christian. Well, what are you? Y'all talk to me now. Y'all done got quiet on me. What are you? What about those things that you're doing that nobody know about? What about those mistakes that you're doing that nobody know about? Nobody is excusing anything that anybody does. But what I'm trying to say to you is stop judging a person for doing something that you're not doing when you're doing something else. That's just as bad. Everybody don't know you doing it, but you doing something that you have no business doing. So what gives you the right to scandalize that church, to scandalize that pastor, and talk about things that you don't know? Can I get a witness? It looks greener. You have the pastors to tell you, come on over here and worship with me. Come on over here and worship with me. It's the same problem when you get to that church. They're going to love you before you get there, but when you get there, it's going to be a whole different ball game. You just going to be, they tell you all this stuff to get you over there. And once you're over there, none of the promises are kept. You get started treated different. So if you're at a place, I'm going to tell you, if you're at a place of worship and you enjoy the services, keep enjoying the services. Don't leave because of little many things that's going on, little Mickey Mouse stuff that's going on. Don't leave. If you're at a place and you enjoy that worship, just ignore all those little things. Pray for what you see. Don't gossip about it, but pray. Don't talk about it to nobody else, but pray. Because all churches, all worship centers, glory to God, got issues. Just like all of us got issues. And it just makes me sick to my stomach when I hear somebody say, and he or she's supposed to be a Christian. I don't like that. Let me see. But once you get, I read that. They feel like you have to be validated by their approval to get along to fit in. You know what, evangelist? You done said a mouthful. Because a lot of people think that you can't be nothing without their validation. A lot of people think you can't make it without their validation. A lot of people say, oh, they're going to fail because they didn't come through me to get what they needed. That's not true. As long as your focus is on God, you can make it. You can make it. Miss Seeley, how you doing? How you doing? I love you so much. I tell you, I love that lady. Because people, I talk about myself a lot, and I talk about myself for a reason. Because, a lot of times people think I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. I see your game. I see what's going on. I see the games you play, but I'm not going to, why am I going to waste my energy fussing back and forth with you about something that I know is not true? I know it's not true, but I just have the problem of people that they know that they don't like you. And then they try to, where my earring at? And then they try to pretend like they like you when they get around certain people. Thank you, Kathy. They try to pretend like they all for you and they got it all together. But Lord have mercy. When you get in there and you see the real story, when you see the real person. Now look, all of us being in love. I know I've been in love. Man, y'all check this out. Some of them decisions I made on them people to love, I wish they'd have never came my way. And I'm talking about a man and woman relationship now. But in that day, you couldn't tell me that he wasn't a catch and that he wasn't the best thing that walked this earth. But I was looking at the wrong thing. And our parents always tell us you don't need to marry them, or you don't need to deal with them. Our parents tell us that, but we had to have him. We had to have her. And we got in that house behind them closed doors. It was a different ballgame. And I thank God to this day from my mom and daddy. And I thank God that I listened, because I'd have probably been in jail somewhere. Yes, because if he'd have hit me, we would have fought from the sun down to sun up. And if I could have got my hand on a knife, he probably wouldn't have been living. Now I hear some of y'all saying now, is that a Christian talking like that? Yeah, that's what you call real talk. That's what you call real talk. And I thank God for protecting me from him, because I can think about one particular guy, and I loved him to no end. And so when I told him I wasn't gonna marry him, and about a year later he was in the military, went off somewhere, Germany somewhere, came back, came to my daddy, said, I still want to marry your daddy. I still want to marry your daughter. I told him I had to think about it. 6 months later, he married somebody else. 6 months later, he was beating her like she was nothing, beating her. The police were being called every other day. He was beating her. I said, God, hallelujah. I thank you, Jesus, that I didn't marry this man, because he'd have been dead. Because when he'd have hit me, I would have fought him back. And I'm just using this as an example of saying sometimes we think things look greener because of the popularity and because everybody think he fine, or everybody think he fine, when they ain't nothing. And I hate to say that, but when they ain't nothing like we thought they were when we were dating. Oh, God, have mercy. I tell you, I could talk about this all day, but that's just how we think things are greener on the other side. Great conversation. Maybe you may be the problem. I'm not saying you, Loretta, just saying when one leaves and goes somewhere else to start foolishness there too. Yeah, I know what you're saying. When we church hop, when we don't think they know church, that's right. And then you have some leaders, and yeah, I'm gonna say it. They don't think no church is right, so they go out and start one. All these churches in this city, and they say that, because I asked the lady, she said that she was gonna start her own church, and I said, what about you can't find no church here in this city? She said, no, me and my husband haven't found one. I said, well, here's where I got in trouble. I said, well, maybe it seems like you need to look at yourself. Well, I don't hear from them no more. But so what they do, they don't go, and they watch stuff on YouTube, and then they try to get on there and do their own little teaching and stuff. Now, you gonna tell me that there is no church out of all these churches in Columbia, South Carolina, and they ain't none of them right? You gonna tell me you looking over there, that one got 5,000 members, that one got 10,000 members, this one got 100 members, that one got 300 members, this one got 50 members. The one that's got 50 members can have more power than the one that's got 5,000. But we look at the wrong thing. We look at popularity. And popularity is not going to get you to heaven. Popularity is not going to get you where you want to go. If you want to know about popularity, you're popular for a season. After that popularity goes, people have no use to deal with you. Listen, I was popular in my days when I was promoting concerts. I was popular. I couldn't go nowhere. And phone ringing off of the hook with all kind of popular, renowned groups. But baby, when the minute I made that announcement that I was retiring from that, they ain't had no more use for me. And at first, I was hurt. But then I looked at it. Loretta, they really wasn't your friends. Loretta, they really was not for you. They was just using you for what they could get from you. Oh, glory, hallelujah. I'm trying to tell you, I started promoting, I think it was like 1988. I want to say like 1988, 1985, maybe something like that. And I was the most popular thing. I mean, I was emceeing every program. I mean, I was on the radio. I could get anything I wanted in this city. But in 2015, when I made the decision, this is it. I will only do um special event stuff, stuff that has to do with special event. Them same people that would pat me on my back, they look at you now and they frown up. I was very encouraged with Alan Pringle, lead singer of the Gospel Legends, because he found a video of my first big program that I had in over at Benedict College. Had to turn people around. The only group out of all those groups that I have promoted, that's the only one that tells me on a regular basis, thank you. The rest of them, you don't even hear from them because they are saying to yourself, I don't need you. I don't need you. Be careful of those words because you don't ever know who you're going to need before it's over. And you may not need me now, but you may need me later. You don't know who, and you got to get off of that high horse you on. And you got to remember, I need to know how to treat people because I may need them again. Yeah, I said it. Quartet groups, I said it. Let's see. They want you to bow down to them. They want you to bow down to them. But I'm not one to bow down. I'm not one to bow down. I got my own mind. I do my own thinking. If I mess up when I make the wrong decision, if I think the grass is green on the other side and I mess up, I got to suffer the consequences. I have to suffer the consequences, not you. But a lot of people, they get themselves in a situation because you listen to the wrong advice. You listen to that person who's popular, and they really don't. They don't care nothing about you. Oh, Jesus Christ, have mercy. Like some groups, they'll tell you, man, I wouldn't do this if I were you, man, I wouldn't do that. You got to think for yourself because they don't want, they ain't going to tell you the truth because they don't want you to get where they're at because they're going to think you're trying to take their place. So you got to think for yourself and don't tell everybody everything. Hey, Paul Cook, how you doing? Yeah, it's true. You got to think for yourself. I don't care if you're a choir director, quartet group, pastor, or what. Learn to think for yourself because everybody that say that they care about you, they do not care about you. They're telling you things that they think you want to hear and they care less. If it go wrong, they're going to be the first one to help talk about you. Ain't that right, Tyrone? They're going to be the first one to talk about you. I'm telling you what I know. I've been there. Don't look on the other side expecting everything to be perfect because it looks good. Because I say again, everything that looks good is not good. And when you get close up on it, they find out it's artificial Easter basket grass, you're left hurt. Yeah, now that's a good one, Kathy. Because when we see them Easter baskets, they look so pretty. And the grasses look so real. And then when we get up on them, we see that it's artificial. And that's how it is with people. We can't, oh my God. We think the people some of our people in our circle is the best. We get best, but the closer you get to them, the more you say, I sure do wish I hadn't never got hooked up with this person. I'm going to tell you something. Y'all pray for me if I'm wrong. But they some people that was in my life. Miss Seeley, I asked God. I said, God, I don't want no argument with these people. I don't want to fall out with none of these people. I don't want nothing to go bad with none of these people. But I sure wish some of them people would just walk away from me. That's what I prayed because it was always something. And I looked up one day and they gone. And I praise God because it was always something. It was always somebody else. It was always somebody doing something to them. It was always something negative. And I just, I just couldn't stand it no more. It was like something that was just like a ball about to explode in my head because God had let me see that these people didn't mean me no good. Now, somebody called me after I got off of my show last night, and they said, Loretta, God already showed you who was for you and who wasn't, but you were trying to hold on to them. Leave them people alone and go on about your business and do the work that God called you to do. Now, this person and me, we don't even talk every day. We don't even talk every week. I'm gonna say we don't even talk every 2 weeks. But they said that to me. They said them people don't mean you no good and you trying to hold on to them and you're going to continue to go through what you go through until you let them people go because them people don't mean nothing. They just at you for what they can, information that they can get and trying to find out your next move. And I knew that. But I just wasn't ready to let it go, Miss Seeley. I'm just gonna tell you, but I've been on a sabbatical leave, and I've just pushed myself away from everything and everybody because I needed to work on me. Because see, if I would have went back and addressed the problem, it wouldn't have been God's way. Good evening, Angie. It wouldn't have been God's way. And at this point, if God let me see June 13th, I'll be 65. I don't want to do all I do and end up in the wrong place. I don't want to do that. There's a difference in me, and I don't want to be around the gossipers. I don't want to be around the one that's always causing trouble, causing problems. I'm not going to be around you. I will see you. I will speak to you. Good to see you. Everything all right. And I'm going to keep it moving. That does not mean that I think I'm better than you because I'm not. It's just that as time out for all this mess that's going on, and we ask ourselves why people don't want to go to church no more because you there. Because you there. And they see how you act outside of church. They see the things you do outside of church. They see the problems you cause outside of the church. And then you have the audacity to invite them to go to church with you when they didn't heard all that stuff you were doing to try to set up somebody. They didn't heard all them bad plans that you had to try to set up somebody. Why they want to go and worship with you? Why would they want to go and worship with you? Oh, Loretta, you done got in trouble now. But it's the truth. We run people away because we act one way inside of the sanctuary, and on the outside we act another way. God is not pleased with that. We look good in our designer suits and our lace front wigs and our Stacey Adams shoes, and we sing good. We do good in praise and worship. But Lord, when you walk out them four consecrated walls, you're a different person. Good evening, Pamela. Thank you for joining us. You're a different person. I went to an event and I was telling somebody about it. And that, I love for people to invite me to stuff, but I don't too much go to private functions. Because that private function I went to, and they said, ain't nobody going to be here but church people. I'm not saying we can't have fun. Please don't go off of this live and say that she think we can't have fun. That's not what I'm saying. But that event that I went to was not no church function. That was not a church function. That was a worldly function. And I'm sitting there in the corner with my mouth wide open, trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of here. Let me get out of here, because let me tell you, if you're going to have something like that, have it at your home. Don't have it out in no restaurant. Have it in your home. Don't have it out in no restaurant because you don't know who know you. You don't know who done saw you running across the church and giving God the praise and the kind of stuff that was going on that night. I'm just saying. And then you get the preacher to get up and say, "Oh, Sister Sue is the best member I got, and Brother James is the best member I got," because you looking on the outside. You looking on the outside, and you're not looking in the inside. And those are actually the two biggest hell raisers you got. You just don't know it. Or if you do know it, you know it, but you ain't gonna say nothing because they pay all that tithe money. Oh Lord, I know I'm getting in some trouble. But I'm just saying that's how we look at things. And we look at things and we deserve things and we don't know what we're looking at. We don't know what we're looking at. We don't know what kind of person we're looking at. We don't know what the situation is. We're desiring something that we have absolutely no knowledge about. But baby, let me tell you, don't let the green grass fool you. That's all I can say to you tonight. Don't let the green grass fool you because it can be so pretty that you can get fooled by a blink of an eye. Hey, Mary Riley, I'm telling you, you can get fooled by the blink of an eye. You can get fooled by them saying, "Yes, ma'am," "No, sir." You can get fooled by them jumping around on stage and jumping around in church and they be a totally different person one-on-one. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you. People don't believe it, but people that know me know me. I'm just what I am. I'm not going to change because the president come in the door. I'm not going to change because the mayor come in the door, the governor come in the door. I'm going to be me. Why am I change? What am I change for? They just human beings with titles. But that's how somebody said, and I always wondered that. Somebody said the other day, I'm going to stop putting pictures of me that I took with people, famous people, and putting them up for their birthdays. You know, somebody have a birthday and you took a picture with them and stuff like that, you know. They said because when I have my birthday, they don't put that same picture back up. They don't even, at the truth be matter, when you put your picture up there with them, they don't even comment underneath. They don't even tell you thank you. You know why? Because they think they're better than you are. And then here's another stuff I watch. The famous people. Y'all, they go on a live, and what y'all do, y'all all under that live, and they go all around your name and speak to everybody but you because they don't know you. They don't know you. They're speaking to, I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I went on Lisa Noel Smith page, and all these people was on here. Oh, Lisa this, Lisa that. Yeah, she good and stuff, but she didn't respond to them. She responded to people she knew. She responded to people she knew. And she ain't the only one. There's a lot of them do that. So, I may go on their page when they lie, but I'm not going to say anything to those people because they think that they're better than you are. They think they better. They think you're underneath them. Hey, Mary Wilson, they think that you are underneath them. And they really don't care anything about you but what you can do for them. I'm telling you what I know. And if there's anybody in here, any group, any pastor, anybody want to challenge me, you can challenge me. I'm telling facts. I'm telling what I know and what I have experienced. And that's why you got to just be yourself. Be yourself. Be who you are. God made you in his image. If you're made in God's image, you're somebody. Don't make yourself less because somebody don't want to deal with you, because somebody don't want to be a part of you. If somebody don't want to be a part of you, let them go. God will send you somebody else. But we think that people with titles are better than we are. I don't think that. I don't think that. I don't think that just because you got a title, it may be look real good, maybe look like you got all the favor over the city. It might be mean as a snake. And y'all wanting to be like somebody like that. I had the people laughing when I spoke the other Sunday at my church. I said, I was talking about we are made, you are enough. That's what I talked about. You are enough. And I said, some of y'all are measuring yourself on other people. I said, you measure yourself. A lot of young ladies measure how they look by Beyonce. Beyonce don't look like that. Beyonce look like that when you see her. Beyonce don't look like that. That's makeup, hair infused, and everything else. She don't see what you think you seeing. You ain't seeing. Look at Jacqueline Carr. That's my favorite contemporary artist. But she be on her TikTok page and she do her own makeup. And before she put that makeup, she don't even look like the same person. She don't even look like the same person. That makeup and those wigs and stuff will make you look like something that you are not. And you're desired to look like that person. And you don't know anything about that person. You don't know what they like at home. You don't know if they easy to get along with. You just don't know. But you're wanting to be something that you think somebody else is. I'm telling you. And it's evident that I'm telling the truth, because if you go on these Facebook pages, now I'm going to be a little facetious right now. I'm going to be a little facetious, Kathy, so you pray for me because I might need your help. I go on some of these people's Facebook pages, and if I have to look again and see if that's the same person, and I know that person is black as tar, but on their Facebook page, they got Photoshop, got them light skin, no pimples, no nothing, and you wouldn't even hardly know that was a person. Why would you do that to yourself, knowing that you're not gonna have on that all day? I got pimples. I got a really lot of bad pimples, and I got dry skin. I'm not putting all that on my face. This is how I be. This is how I be during the week, and this is how I be on Sunday. The most I put on is lipstick. The most I put on is lipstick. That's because I love me. And I love the way God made me. And I had them laughing. I said, most of y'all dudes, I was talking to the musician then. I said, most of y'all dudes, if y'all had to choose somebody look like me or somebody look like Beyonce, y'all would choose Beyonce because Beyonce got the looks and the shape and the money. I said, but take all of that away from her. Do you know what else she got? Do you know anything about her morals? Do you know anything about how she treat other people? They don't go to church. Well, if you read their Bible, you'll see that it's some kind of funny religion where they don't believe. Anyway, that's a different story. But this is not to badmouth her anything. I'm just showing you how people do with popular people, and they don't even know them. They just know them what they think they see. Them people, what you see on social media, that ain't their real life. The closest thing to a real life popular person is a Country Wayne, because he play his own character. He play his own character. He use his own children. And then the other people on there, they use their children, and the other people on there use their real husbands and wives. That's the only national big show movie star that I know to have. But them other people, you see them people don't look like that. You see, Lord have mercy, I'm getting ready to get in trouble. The first time, I ain't gonna call who it is, because everybody will know. But when I was promoting, and these three gospel artists, really popular, everybody knew these three quartet artists. And when I saw them, I was in dismay. I could not believe it, because on their album cover, they were light skinned. But in the real life, they was black as tar. And I'm sitting there looking, is this the same person I saw on the album cover? Now, I'm here to tell you, you can look good black. You can look good without makeup. Only thing you got to do is keep yourself, have on your little lip gloss, women and stuff like that, and get your eyes, done like that. But you ain't got to be paid down with all that makeup, because that's not you. That's not you. I told them when I was preaching the other Sunday, I said, you ain't never saw nowhere where a fingernail, talking about false fingernails, false toenails, and a body shape was able to fix a dinner, unless it was on somebody. I fix a dinner, or clean a house, or take care of a child. We look at the wrong thing. We look at the wrong thing. We look at the wrong thing, and then we end up in trouble because we looked at the wrong thing. Well, I thought she was all that. No, you didn't think she was all that. You were looking at the outside. Well, I thought he was all that. No, you didn't think he was all that. You were looking on the outside and his popularity. And then when you got him home, you got a nightmare on Elm Street. Baby, you better start paying attention to the insides of these people. You better start listening to what they say and how they talk and how they treat other people. Because I'm telling you, when they think they all that, they'll treat you any kind of way. But see, God knew. He knew. Oh, God, yes, he knew. I know my family laughing at me. But he knew to let me stay by myself. Because, see, I ain't taking all that. I ain't taking it. God forbid you hit me. Oh, no, Nah, Mary, you hit me? You blight my eye? No, because, see, I'll wait till you get on your platform. Whatever platform it is, I'll wait till you get on it. And I'll go up there and take these glasses off. And I will say, this is what your popular person did to me last night. Oh, yeah. I do it too. And they know I will do it. You got everybody thinking you all this and you all that. And you mean as a snake. But see, we cause it on ourselves when we're looking at the wrong thing. We're looking at the wrong thing. We think the grass is greener. Man, please. Hey, Deborah, how you doing, my love? Come on, somebody talk to me. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to help us all, because we let friends go because of something that friend said. That friend said something to you about that friend, and you looking at that friend with the side eye, and the one who's and you, Loretta, are one who made them big. They don't think about that, though. They don't think about that, but that's all right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But now what was I saying? Oh, you convincing this friend not to deal with that friend, and then may not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be next week. Jesus, have mercy. But sooner or later, you're going to find out the grass wasn't green on the other side, because just like they talked about that friend, they're going to talk about you, and they're going to scandal you, and they're going to do all that. And then you done lost a good friend because of hearsay. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hey, my cousin Dora Johnson, I'm telling you, we got to watch our surroundings. And we got to watch those people we put on pedestals. And we got to watch all of that. And I've just come to the conclusion, you don't want to deal with me, fine. If you don't want to deal with me because I don't no longer push you, or I don't no longer make over you, it's because I found out who you was. I found out the real you. I found out the real you. And once I find out the real you, I leave you alone. I don't hate you. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. But once I find out who you are, I'm going to leave you alone. And there ain't nothing that you can do to get that place back in my heart again. Nothing. that you can do because you did it. I gave you the best and you didn't appreciate it. Oh, glory to God. Hey, Miss Ethel. And I'm just trying to help because we give people more notoriety than they will ever give us. We tell them, oh, you was good last night. Oh, you look good last night. They'll never say nothing to you. They'll tell other people about other people, but they're not gonna never say anything to you. They're not gonna ever say, Loretta, you did good tonight, or Loretta, you look good tonight. They're not gonna say that to you. But here's the thing. You don't have to tell me that. Because when I step out, I already know how I look. And that's not being cocky. That's confidence. That's what you call confidence. I don't need you to validate me. I don't care what you think about me anymore. I cried when you hurt me. I thought that I couldn't make it when you walked away. But I am so glad you're gone. I got so much more peace in my life, and I don't have to walk on eggshells. I don't have to worry about, well, what's going to be said next. I don't have to worry about that. So thank you for doing me a favor. Thank you for doing me a favor. Oh, Jesus Christ, have mercy. You think you hurting somebody because you don't want to talk to them no more. Man, a lot of time these people shouting for glory. Lord, I thank you for delivering me from them because they didn't mean me no good. I thank you for moving them out my life because they didn't mean me no good. Every time you turn around, it was something. Oh, glory to God. I want y'all to know, if you don't hear nothing else I say tonight, the grass is not always green on the other side. Sometimes it's spray paint on it to make it look good. It's not always green on the other side. That man or that woman you think you got to have, because they show you a little bit of attention, sometimes you getting ready to make a deal with the devil and don't know it. Because usually when you find people like that and they used to people catering up to them and doing all this kind of stuff to them, they're going to expect you to do the same thing. And then when you don't do it, then they want to be mean to you. This not the one right here. This not the one. This not the one. And I know that somebody going to take this video and share it. Say, Loretta, we're talking about you. Well, one thing about it, I ain't called no name, but if you want to know what I'm talking about you, you're welcome to call and ask me. And I'll tell you. And then I get online and say, you know, such and such call and ask me, was I talking about them? Yeah, I sure was, because this is why I was talking about them. So I don't have to worry about them confronting me like that because they know I do it. See, I've been in this thing a long time. And when you get it, when you learn it and you learn it and you learn it, you got it then. When you learn it, you got it. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're worthless. Don't let nobody make you feel worthless. Don't let nobody make you feel that you're not good enough. Don't let nobody, I don't care who it is. Don't let nobody make you feel that way. And I want to try to help everybody like I've been helped. Love yourself. Have respect for yourself. Don't crawl around trying begging nobody to be a part of your life. Never will I do that. Never. And I never had done that. You know, everybody in this world know when I was promoting in my promoting days, the Williams Brothers was my favorite group. But even though the Williams Brothers was my favorite group, I never changed around them. I never changed because I realized that they were just human beings and they were a group that I was booking. But I can still say to this day, every now and then, I'll hear from Melvin Williams and he'll text me and he'll say, thank you for what you've always done for the Williams Brothers. Harvey Watkins, thank you. The Gospel Legends. But them other cats that I was booking back in the day, they don't have no use for me now because I'm not doing what I'm doing. But they don't know people call and ask me about them. They don't know that. But they do. They still do. Now I have a choice. I could be nasty and I could say that they nasty and they are phony on stage, but I'm not gonna do that. Because if you be around a person, that person will find you out sooner or later. I don't have to say anything like that. I don't have to do stuff like that. So I say to you, stop thinking that everything is, then nobody can steal your joy. Amen, Blanche. Um, you know, it's a lot that I want to say, but I'll say it only at the time when God gives me to say it. But there's a lot of people who think they got a wool full over your head, pulled over your head, my head, and they think they fooling everybody in this world. But there's a song that said there's a set time. And all we got to do is sit back and wait. All we got to do is sit back and wait. And those same people that scandalize you, those same people who frown at you, those same people who thought you weren't good enough, they'll come back. They may not come themselves, but they'll send somebody. Can you go ask Loretta, will she help me with ABC? No. Don't even waste your time. Because I ain't. Because I'm the same person. One thing I can say about me, I have not changed towards people. I've just gotten wiser. I've gotten so much wiser because I was a little dummy. And yeah, I say that about me. I was a little dummy. I believed everything somebody told me. I believed it. I believed it. I believed there's some people I thought were gold. I'm trying to tell you, there's some people I thought were gold. And if anybody said anything about them, I was ready to take up for them. But now, mm-mm. No, 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 no. Now, Francina, I know you know what I'm talking about, Gospel Francina. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about because this lady was one of the first promoters, radio announcers, and everything. She helped a lot of groups, but now they act like she don't exist. Yeah, I said it. You didn't have to say it, Gospel Francina. I said it for you because I want them to come to me. I want them to come to me. I want them to come to me and question me about what I said. Let me see what she said. You go now, tell them a good word. But I'm trying to tell you, that lady, her name was everywhere, everywhere. I mean, she was on every flyer. But when you get to the point where they can't use you no more, they'll throw you in the cow pen. I'm telling you, that's what they do. And God ain't pleased with that. God ain't pleased with that. And I sit back and I watch. They go with whoever is popular today. Whoever is popular. Don't ever forget that person who helped you along the way. I don't care if they ain't doing nothing now. If they ain't doing no kind of promotion, nothing. Don't ever forget the person who helped you along the way and gave you the opportunity. Don't ever forget that person who was there for you when nobody else was there. Don't ever forget that person. Don't ever forget that person. Because the seeds you sow is coming up again. Just like you were treating them that way. See, they ain't thinking. You're going to get old one day and you're going to feel like you left out. You're going to feel like you are left out. And then you're going to think about people like Francine and myself. Oh, don't forget the bridge you cross because you might have to cross that same bridge again. And that's true. But we do that. I'm not just talking about quartet. I'm talking about life in general. We go with the most popular ones and not knowing that we got to get old too. We got to get old one day. you know. And then we're gonna say, well, the phone calls cease. They don't call me no more. You can't do nothing to help them. You ain't got nothing to offer them. You ain't got nothing to offer them. Man, I will come on this thing right here, and the whole hour on, my cash out will be going off. Ting, ting, ting. Groups. Might wouldn't be but $10, might wouldn't be but 15. Every now and then might get 20, but the whole thing be going off because I was promoting and I was on the radio. But now I can ask for $5 to get a child a pack of notebook paper and won't get it from people that I paid $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 when I was promoting. Can y'all believe that? But I'm telling you, it sounds comical, and it may sound demeaning in a way, but it's something that will help you not to have to hurt like I did when I went through. See, I'm over mine now. I'm over that. See, I don't expect them to do anything because I know that they're not going to do nothing for nobody that can't help them. I know that. But I had to go through that, and I went through the hurt. She said, some of them walk right past you, don't speak. I haven't changed I just don't do radio anymore. I mean, that's the way they do. You have nothing to offer them. So they act like you don't exist. It's just, they treat, I'm going to say this now, I'm going to get off. Should I say this, Lord? You see people getting awards that sit in a bedroom and play records off an MP3 player, which is not a real radio. And then people who spent your records for years, licensed by FCC, on a real radio station, you don't even have nothing to say to them. That's why you see me. I don't participate in a lot of stuff no more. And really, they don't want me to because I'm going to be the same Loretta. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to tell what I got to say, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And you got to learn to say thank you. You got to learn to say, I haven't forgotten. You got to learn to do all of that. I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm not going to put nobody up on no pedestal for them to disappoint me, because my crying days is over, and I'm not going to be hurt like that no more. I'm not going to allow a person to hurt me like that no more. No, you're not going to do that. And you know who you are. You're not going to do that. Your days is done. Your days are done. They gone. You can't hurt me no more. Hey, Carolyn, you can't hurt me with that mess you do no more. So go on to the next person. But just know this. The seeds that you sow is coming up again. And you're going to think about old Loretta. Oh, I thought Loretta was talking a whole bunch of junk, but I understand how she feels now. So enjoy it now. Enjoy the popularity now. Enjoy it now. Anyway, y'all, I really enjoyed this. See, I love real talk. I love being able to be real. I love being able to come on. You don't slanderize nobody or nothing like that, but you just come on and tell the truth. And you talk about you. When you talk about things that happen to you, there ain't nothing nobody can say about it. When you talk about things that happen to you, now you know the paparazzi is in here. Oh, they in here. They in here. But I can guarantee you this, Kathy. They can be the paparazzi what they please, but when they come to me, they better come right, because, yeah, we will go live. Oh, we will go live. And I will edit everything you said to me and put it up there and talk to you and say, this was this person had a nerve to say to me, but do you not know this is what I did for them? Well, anyway, oh, Jesus Christ. Everybody have a good rest of the week, and Lord willing, we're going to come back Monday. Lord willing, and I believe he'll be willing. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. I know I am. I baked me some pork chop, And me and my little dog Cam, we're going to eat us some baked pork chop and drink me some sweet tea, and we're going to have a good night. Y'all have a great one now. Everybody.